afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Gendera. I'm Gerwin and still feeling shocking. And wouldn't you know it, I ordered the plankton feeders last week, didn't I? When I wasn't sick. And now I'm sick. They arrived and I had so many troubles this morning. I ended up having to drive to go get them. I had the postie, have to put it into the boot of the car. Social distancing the whole way. Anyway, I've just gotten them on my little trolley and brought them out here. And of course it's raining as well. Well, it's spitting at the moment, but I really shouldn't be out here with my cold. But, or virus. But I don't know that I can get up that little mound without spilling them everywhere. So yeah, I've got my little solar powered aerator in there and they're really loving being around that aeration stone. So that's really good. But we need to get them in the dam. And I got my gumboots on this time. So, and I got a big box of plant down there too. So let's get some more stuff done. I'll see if I can get over there with the trolley and not knock everything off. Woohoo! We made it over here. I'm glad I got that little bit of mowing done the other day. And at least one of my kangkongs are doing really, really well. I'm sure the other two are here somewhere. I just can't remember where they were. But yeah, at least one is doing fantastically, which is great. But isn't it just beautiful out here? Isn't this just lovely? It's just lovely. But I don't want you to get too wet, so I'm going to put you away for a bit. I've got a few things to set up. I haven't got my tripod, mostly because it's raining and I don't want you guys to get wet. I have got a little pocket pouchy purse thing that I can put you in to keep you safe. And I've got to get little fishies in the water, start getting them adjusted to the temperature of the water as well as the pH difference in the water. And I've also got a little solar fountain that I'm going to set up. But first things first, I need to figure out how to get these little guys into the dam so that they're bags sitting in the water, but they're not going to float away. So I'll figure that out in a minute. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, so I got some water in the bag, got the fish in there. They still got the little aerator thingy in there going, and I've tied it there so it's not going to float away anyway. But I think that might be my water chestnut, and I found one of my kangkongs. It wasn't doing so well, so I replanted it again because it had come out. There's another one, and yeah, so the three kangkong are doing fantastically. I'm clearly having breathing issues. I should not be out here in this weather, but what am I going to do? I couldn't leave the fish die. So, and the gumboots have worked perfectly at keeping my feet dry. So let's get this water fountain sorted out. So this water fountain, and I'll show you the other thing I've got too. But we'll sort the water fountain out first. It's a cheap little thing that I picked up off eBay. I hadn't read the contents properly, so it's not going to do half as much as I'd hoped it would. But hey, it's going to be better than nothing. And it's solar powered, so it's not really a huge drama. It's no big loss. But let's check it out, see how it's going to work. I mean, that's the little pump. It's really not going to do much of anything at all. But it might look pretty. But I'm going to get all these parts out. Well, not all of them. So you don't use all of them. I have had one of these before, and it wasn't tragic. It worked. It did the thing. It just didn't do much because it's so little. That's actually going at the moment. I'll turn that upside down. And because it's summer here at the moment, we've got flies everywhere and they are driving me up the wall. So the real trick, the question is which spout I want to use. And I'm not really sure. I might use that one. So there's lots of different options that you've got with this. And they do different things. I can't do this one-handed. I'll be back. That's that set up. So all I need to do now, oh no, I needed to stick that on first. Oops. can see it's not going to be sucking water from very low in the dam, but it's at least got a decent cord on it, so yeah. And I'm going to tie some extra string on it as well, just to make sure it doesn't float away. But yes, anyway, let's have a look at this. The challenge I'm going to have with this is actually keeping the solar panel so that it's going to get sunlight. I'm going to pop it here over next to the mulberry. Hopefully that's going to be long enough. And hopefully it'll get sunlight there. Anyway, let's see how we go. Now, I've actually put it in a slightly different spot than I was going to, just so that it's closer to the dam water. And it's pretty much useless, but it's also really cloudy and there's no sunlight. So I'm not going to declare it a bad joke completely just yet. I'll just put some more water in with the fish. So that's been a couple of times I've put it in now. Oh, what is that? What is that? That's an interesting bug. Interesting. Oh, there's just all sorts of things in here at the moment. There really is. I have no idea what that bug is. I'm really hoping that this is going to work well, because there is a considerable amount of life in here at the moment. No idea what any of it is, except my little fishies that I'm about to add in. I don't know what all of those are, and I'm not sure what that bug is. He looks interesting. But yeah, the surface of the dam, my feet are getting stuck in. But you can see the little fishies. I'm going to let them out soon. I just want to give them a bit more chance to adjust to the pH. So I'm going to take a seat for a little bit, because I'm not feeling real great. Been doing a bit too much standing up. But yeah, it's just so beautiful down here. There's a lovely cool breeze, which is probably not great for me being sick to be in a cool breeze, but oh, it's lovely. Anyway, but yeah, this little aerating stones is much better than that one, but this one probably cost me a lot more too, but I've had it for years. And I usually have it in the aquaponics just as a bit of a backup for if the power goes off. It hasn't really helped that much in the aquaponics. But I've also lost one of the pipes. There's supposed to be 2 pipes coming off it. The second one's come off. I need to replace it. But there's always something that needs attention. But yes, I'm finding the progress with the dam very, very, very promising and encouraging. My only problem is not knowing what to do about the grass. Oh, I think it's about to rain even further, so I'm going to get my umbrella. Oh, and I still got to do these plants too. So yes, I did bring an umbrella with me, partially as a walking stick, and partially for you guys and me in case it rains. But yeah, I'm not 100% certain with this plant as to whether or not I'm supposed to actually bury it in the ground in the dam or not. It is an underwater plant, so it's not an above surface one. Yeah, I did open this box before. So this is my box of plant. I can't remember what it's called. Veva something or other. But yeah, I'm not 100% certain what I'm supposed to do with it, but I'm just going to chuck some of it in there. And I will leave some of it so that if chucking it in is not what I'm supposed to do, I can come back and fix it. and plant some. No, I will actually go in and plant some as well. But yeah, big box of good underwater plant. So this will create habitat and food for the fishies. I think from memory it likes it about 1.5, about a metre deep. It doesn't like it much deeper than that, so hopefully it decides to root itself where it needs to. I might try and plant some along here. But yeah. Anyway, and hopefully it doesn't go floating off into any of the neighbours' properties. So that would be a bad thing. I would like to make it so I've got a bit of a barrier over there of plants to stop fish from going when the dams are overflowing. Because the dams around here all interconnect, so when my dam overflows, it overflows into the next door neighbour's dam. And I don't really want to lose my fish. Did have one of my neighbours say that they got a whole heap of silver perch one year, and big storm event happened and they saw all their silver perch float across their driveway into their neighbour's dam. So, and they were very disappointed, understandably. But yes, I'm going to try and get some of this into the ground in the dam. Okay, I'll be back. Well, that was not my idea of fun. I got a couple of clumps planted over there, and a couple of plants over there planted, and then while I was over here, I discovered that there's clay is very slippery when it's wet. I didn't fall in, but I did have to catch myself. So that one's planted as well. Those are some of the ones that I threw in earlier. But yes, clay is very slippery. Very slippery. And I've got prickles on my bank. They're not fun. So, and I've given the fish some more, added some more water in. So yes. So I just have to wait a little bit longer. And of course the rain's coming and going, and I've just sat on a wet chair, haven't I? Ah well, I've got to have a shower anyway. But as you can see, we're making some progress. And honestly, that plant probably really likes the water a bit deeper than what I've got it there, but I wasn't going in any further. And the other problem with this dam too is it changes its water level. It doesn't stay the same. Yeah, it evaporates. We're not having too much problem with evaporation at the moment because we're getting a fair bit of rain, but when we bought the property it was considerably lower. And it's gone up and down considerably since we've bought the place, since we've been here. Like when I put those pots in there, they were actually only just barely in water. And I did lose an arrowroot, a canna lily pot, because it got too deep in the water. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how everything's going though. It's growing nicely. The water's clearing, except where I've been walking. It's just a lovely place to sit. It really is. So peaceful. Generally all you can hear are the birds chirping or the frogs. At the moment you can hear an aerator from the fish aeration, but yeah. Aside from this weather not being great for me health-wise, it's probably really good weather for me to be releasing the fish in, because it's not too hot, so they're not going to get too stressed, and that's really great. I don't want stressed fish. I want happy fish, happy fish, so that and these are plankton feeders, so there should be plenty of life in there for them to be able to get into. and there should be heaps of feed for them. Because this is an old dam. It just doesn't have any great amount of life in it. I mean, it's got a little bit that seems to be coming now, which is great. And I really wish I'd paid more attention to where the drop-offs were, where it got really deep and everything. So, because it seemed to get quite deep quite quickly just on the other side of that bank. So yeah. I'll have to check back on some of my old videos and see if I've got any videos showing what the lie of the land is over there. But it's all good. It's all good. I know there's a wall in the middle there, around where that star picket's sticking up. I'm not sure if you can see that. There's a bank along the middle, because this is actually technically two separate dams. Once they're full, it's just one big dam though. So really, I should probably be putting the fish over there somewhere, so that when the water level does go down, oh, I don't know. I'm putting them here because I know this area. But yeah, I'll go down soon in a minute and a little bit and put some more of the dam water into that bag. Unfortunately, they're getting a lot of really muddy water because I've been standing around in it. But that shouldn't be too big of a problem for them, I don't think. And hopefully by the time I have to release them, I won't have to hold an umbrella and I can hold you instead, so I can show you let you watch the fish coming out. But yeah, anyway, I'll be back soon. I don't know if you can see over there, but they're up. It was just there where the ripples were. There was a turtle head pop up out of the water. I don't think you could actually see it. I think it may have been too far away. Yes, I do have a lot of little turtles in here. And it's got to be something the turtles are eating. Anyway, better get some more water into that bag. Okay, I think that's pretty much done now. I think they're ready to go out. So hopefully you're going to be able to see them when they come out. Let's see if I can. Hopefully, this may not work. You may not get to see much. I don't think we saw much. I know I didn't see much. Did you see much? Anyway, there's now 100 little glassfish in there. And clearly, obviously, lots of little snails already. I might leave little aeration stone going there for a little while. You never know, they might hang around. Definitely need to take the bag out. And there's definitely no little fishies left in the bag. Just wretched little snails. I'm not a fan of snails. My aeration stone might actually be stirring up the mud more. That's not a good thing. I don't want to do that. Definitely don't want to stir up the mud. Okay, I'll pop it over there. Anyway, hopefully that what I think might be water chestnut will hold it up out of the mud. I'm not anticipating being able to see them. Which is a bit unfortunate. So I just have to live by faith that there's 100 little glass feeding, plankton feeding fish in there that will happily breed and help to create a lovely little ecology in my dam. Because there's lots of other life in here. I'm not sure how much beneficial life there is in here, but if I create the right environment, then hopefully eventually the right life will come in here. So that's the theory. I know at the moment there's a bit of leeches in here, and I'm not sure what else. But the first thing to do is create the habitat. Create the habitat so that the fish have got somewhere to hide from birds, for one. One of my neighbours lost a lot of their silver perch when they put them in the dam from birds. Birds ate them. So that's definitely not something I want. I don't want birds eating my fish. So I need to give my fish somewhere safe to hide. I want my plankton feeders to reproduce, so they need somewhere to reproduce in. I've got to bring my firetail gudgeons down at some point. They're an omnivorous fish. They're another little fish like these ones. These glass feeders were adults, and they'll eat anything. So they're really good at getting rid of mosquitoes. But both the glass feeder and the firetail gudgeon will also provide feed for my silver perch and Australian bass. And the Australian bass apparently will hopefully get rid of the leech problem. So it's a work in progress. I really appreciate you keeping me company, especially while I'm not feeling well. I do need to get out of this weather though, and hopefully next time when we come down, our little fountain over there will be giving a little bit better display than it's doing at the moment. But it's not getting any sunlight, and it's solar powered, so you don't expect a solar powered device to work when it's not sunny. It's not sunny. So this one has a battery attached to it, so it's not just a solar panel. But yes, I'm not expecting to see any of the fish anymore. It's a shame the water wasn't a little clearer, but with me walking around in it, it stirred up all the mud. It just wasn't going to work. But yeah. Anyway, this is not a short-term process. This is going to take time to establish a habitat down here, but it will happen. I have great confidence in that, and I'm very excited by the progress I'm seeing so far. And remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel and ring that little notification bell. It is free to subscribe to the channel, to keep track of what's happening down here on the homestead. What's happening in the pond and the dam is only one aspect of what we get up to around here. We've got aquaponics, we've got chickens, we've got goats, we've got gardens, we've got all sorts of things happening. So yes, thanks for watching. I hope you found this peaceful. And I'm going to get in and out of this weather. And I've got to go milk the goats anyway. You have a great day. Remember, you're either green and growing or ripe and rotting. Bless you. Catch you in the comments. Lucky I headed back to the house when I did. It is pouring cats and dogs. Oh my gosh. The gutters are overflowing. Water's just going everywhere. Oh my gosh.